Hey everyone, Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist here, and today we're talking scarves. Specifically, how can we wear them in our hair? It's a major trend, even going into fall, so let's talk about it. Please tell me I'm not the only person that has been seeing scarves around and has been just like knocked to the floor because they look so good. Whether it's like the supermodel with the tan and the glow and the scarf and I'm like, goals, or it's the cottagecore cutie with the scarf on her hair, like picking carrots from her garden. Also, goals. Scarves are working right now. And I love it because I feel like hair accessories are just like the next step towards easier hair. Like, we got dry shampoo, now we don't have to wash our hair every day, and now we have hair accessories, so we don't need to have 1,000 amazing techniques in our belts. We just need a cute accessory and an easy hairstyle. I mean, it's the best. And because we are edging up on a new season, I decided to kind of pair each of these hairstyles with different trends that are coming up for fall and winter. I just thought it would be fun, but if I'm being honest, any of these hairstyles can work with any of the trends that you like, whether it's one of these three or a different one. It's all based on what you like and what makes you happy. Okay, thanks. For me, I know that I succeeded if I managed to spark some creative joy, whether it's an exciting new hairstyle or putting things together in a new way that you haven't thought about. That's what we're here to do. So let's just go ahead and get into these hairstyles. We get it, we love scarves, we get it, fall's coming up. Let's just talk about hair. I'm excited. The very first one we're gonna talk about are the bohemian / cottagecore styles. Let's go. Real quick though, if you are loving hair accessories of any kind, make sure to hit that like button to help support my channel. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button to join the Braidaholic family here on KayleyMelissa, where we learn everything about hair, from care to styling to science. I forgot the third one for a second, but I remembered it. We're good. Now to the hair. Okay, we're gonna get started with bohemian / cottagecore themed hairstyles. This one is very close to my heart. I wanted to focus on hairstyles that were woven and had the scarf in it to add texture. I love these, so let's get into it. I do think this first hairstyle is really great if you have long hair, but it also works on my medium hair. Can we talk about how long my hair is getting? Oh my gosh. And if you like the texture on my hair, this is a preview of next week's video. I've been working on getting this mostly heatlessly. You guys know I like to touch up my heatless hairstyles in the morning, but mostly heatless version of these waves coming next week. Hit the notification bell. Okay, let's get started by putting our hair into a low ponytail. I kind of realized on accident, a lot of these hairstyles are pretty low. Whoops, but that does mean that a lot of them would be good with hats as well. Then you want your scarf of choice in a rectangle shape, so if it is not already so, fold it into it. It's easier on a table, but you guys couldn't see it if I did it on a table, so boob table. And then we're gonna feed this into the hair elastic. You're just going to pick up one little loop of your hair elastic and slide it right through. Super duper easy. Then pivot it around so that the scarf is hanging from the bottom of the ponytail. And because my hair is a little too short for the full version of this, I'm going to wrap the scarf once. So I'm gonna wrap it over the top and then bring the ends back around the bottom, and I'm gonna tie those in a half knot to keep everything secure. So then you're just gonna split your hair into 3, putting the scarf with the outside 2 sections. And then you're just gonna braid your hair normally all the way down. It is kind of nice to make sure that the scarf is always on the top when you braid it over. That way you'll be able to see it really easily. Then we want to separate the scarf and the hair. The easiest way to do that is just to grab the 2 ends of the scarf, pull them together, and then the ends are free and ready to be secured. Then I'm gonna secure it with a clear elastic, as one does. And then because I do have some ends hanging free, I am going to wrap and tie the end of the scarf. Okie dokie, this is the hairstyle. Let me tell you, this hairstyle has already saved me. I had a encounter with some heatless curls that did not end well. And in order to cover it, I did this hairstyle. Nobody knew, it looked great, day saved. And now on to our second bohemian / cottagecore hairstyle. Okay, so full disclosure, this is gonna be the most complicated hairstyle in this video. I honestly don't think it's that crazy, but if it starts to look just overwhelming to you, just like skip to the next one. It's totally fine. I won't judge you. I actually got the idea for this hairstyle from Confessions of a Hairstylist on Instagram. She's fantastic. She does amazing hairstyling, and I've been watching her for years, so be sure to check her out. But I love it. It is a knotted kind of French braidy thing with no braids. Let's talk about how to do it. So the first thing you're gonna do is grab the crown section of your head. So that is this little like section right here. You're just gonna make a little circle right here with your fingers and pick that up. You're gonna go ahead and secure that with an elastic. That's just gonna make everything go a little easier. Okay, so now that you have that section pulled back, you're going to grab your scarf and tie it with a half knot around the base of that elastic. So now you've got kind of an awkwardly placed ponytail with a scarf wrapped around it. You are actually exactly where you need to be to keep going with this hairstyle. So the next things we're gonna be doing is picking up pieces of hair from each side and bringing it in and then tying the scarf over it again. Don't get scared, it's actually pretty easy. What you're gonna do is grab a section on each side by sliding your finger from your hairline back to your ponytail. And then you're gonna bring these back and put them just underneath that knot that we just tied. And here you have a choice. You can hold them with one hand and try to tie the scarf with the other. I did that for the very first one. But your other option is to take a claw clip, clip it around, and then tie your scarf. Honestly, that is so much easier. And if you're afraid that your hair is gonna fall out through the day, you could actually just secure it with a clear elastic right there. And that way you're actually just kind of pulling things back in lots of ponytails, and the scarf is just for decoration. It's not holding the hairstyle together. I think that would be a really good idea if you have like thick, heavy hair. My hair is not particularly escape artisty, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and tie that half knot over top, pull it tight, and then you can take the clip out. And then you just keep doing that. You can do it as many times as you want. The smaller section you take up at the top and the smaller little sections you take back, the more knots you'll have. And obviously the bigger, the less. But you're just gonna keep going back in sections and tying that half knot until all of the hair is pulled into this little knotted French braid. Okay, so at this point, we just have to figure out what to do with the rest of the scarf. And it really does depend on how much scarf you have left. You could bring the ends together underneath your kind of ponytail that you have now, secure it with an elastic if your ends are like that long. Or for me, mine are kind of long, so I am wrapping them around and then tying them in a knot at the top. It just kind of continues the knots all the way down. And once I've done that, I'm done. And that is the hairstyle. I think it is the ultimate kind of bohemian hair scarf moment. It can be so easy and look so intricate. It is cool, it is different. I love it. Okay, now we're going to venture out of the boho realm and into Y2K, which is inexplicably trending right now, and I am too young for this. It should not be already coming back around. I think these hairstyles will go particularly well with the whole Y2K kind of Gen Z style at the moment, so I'm excited for that. But of course, if that's not your style, you can wear them in other ways. Okay, let's get started with the first one. I've seen this hairstyle done a few different ways. Sometimes it's just the teeniest of tendrils that are left forward, and then you sweep the bandana on and you've got your style. Love it, think it's cute. You guys know I'm addicted to hair around my face, so I'm gonna mix that up a little bit. So you're gonna start out by leaving as much hair around your face as you want. For me, that is the hair in front of the ears. And for convenience, clip the hair back. Now, you can just leave the hair down, and it's very cute, like so. I wanted to add a little braid in. I've seen a ton of people do the tendril braids right in front. I think that's so cute. It's not particularly flattering on my face to have a straight line right here. So I like to take the hair that's kind of right on top next to the hairline, and then I'm gonna braid that. So split it into 3 and start braiding. And then as you're braiding, as always happens, the ends start to kind of mesh together. You're going to let that happen. And as you continue braiding, it actually creates a braid at the bottom as well. So you're kind of got a braid on the top, braid on the bottom, and you're braiding in the middle. You're gonna do that as much as you can, as far as you can, until you only have a little loop left. And when this happens, you're pretty much done. You just have to flip this braid up through the bottom and you're done. You can pull it apart a little bit if you want. And then you just repeat the same thing on the other side. And now that you have your tendrils and your braids, it's time for our scarf. For this one, I have kind of a bandana inspired one from Madewell. Bandanas were a really big thing in the early 2000s, so I felt like it was good to bring that in. And I'm just gonna line up the top with the line between the hair that's forward and the hair that's been pulled back, right here. Then I'm gonna take the tail ends and I'm going to bring them to the nape of my neck and tie them in a knot. And finally, you just gotta take those clips out, and that's the hairstyle. Now, this is one of the easiest of hairstyles, and it covers your roots, so it's fantastic. With the waves, it looks a little bit more bohemian, a little bit like teenage Mary-Kate and Ashley, but if you were to go with like silky straight hair, it would definitely be a lot more of that kind of like minimal Y2K kind of Bella Hadid vibe if you wanted that. Okay, on to the next. That moment when you tie your hair into your bandana. And now for our second Y2K-esque style. We're gonna be doing more tendrils. We have to. So we're gonna start with the side part and just let down some little guys. You could let down more if you want. I'm trying to keep it like to that really tiny, like awkwardly small tendril section. Hands up in the comments if you remember it. I had, how big were mine? I think mine were about this big, and I would like make sure they were straight and like right on the outside of my iris. Just right there constantly. And just a little bit bigger, not super big. Alrighty, that's. Now to keep things easy, I'm gonna use some little hair clips to hold these in place. And then, and then everything else is going up into a ponytail. I'm not quite doing like Ariana, I'm taking it back to just below like the highest point of my head. Like it's just starting to go down the mountain. I think if you were trying to make this a bit more kind of Y2K supermodel, you could go very, very sleek with this part. Even if you have a curl or a wave in your hair, just the hair going back would be very, very sleek. Then you're gonna secure it with a hair elastic, obviously, boom. I think we can go ahead and let these down. It's nice to pin them because then they don't accidentally end up getting pulled into the ponytail. Now I've taken the same bandana and I've just folded it to be a couple inches wide, and I'm going to put that right behind my tendrils, over the tops of my ears, and I'm going to tie it in the back. And that's the hairstyle. If you really want to, you could add in just like some hair wrapped around the elastic, maybe a little claw clip to make the ponytail look bigger. But overall, that's how it's done. Oh my gosh, suddenly I'm 14 and scrunching gel in my hair. This is taking me back, but I really like it. Again, this hairstyle, so easy, so greasy hair hiding. Honestly, in the early 2000s, hair was kind of greasy. We did not have dry shampoo yet, and everybody was trying to get really slick hair equals flat roots. So these hairstyles are good for covering that. Honestly, I like this one a lot more than I expected to. I would definitely wear it around. I think I would change the color scheme because I feel a little cute right now, like a little young. Maybe it's just because I wore this when I was younger. But the ponytail, the tendrils, the scarf, I love it. Also, side note, this cardigan is so soft and warm and feels like a hug. It's like wearing a Barefoot Dreams blanket. I am obsessed. I just want to wear this all the time. It's like a sock giving me a hug. So if this kind of thing is your style, I'll link it below. I really recommend. And now we're gonna move from Y2K to dark academia. This one is really kind of very fall, but you can do it all year round. Google it. So first of all, the beauty styling on this particular aesthetic is a lot softer. It's kind of already happened a little bit, but I'm gonna brush through these curls to make sure they're all nice and broken up. I'm just generally softening things up a lot for this one. But now we're gonna put the hair into a low ponytail. You wanna sweep all of the hair back, and for this we don't wanna use a brush. You're gonna use your fingers with bare claws and just kind of rake everything together to let your hair fall back as naturally as possible. And then you kind of gather it together. And if you want, you can fluff a little bit. Just be careful not to create a bubble. If you go too hard, you do that, and it's not what we're going for. And then you're gonna secure your hair with an elastic. That's nice and easy. And if things got tightened back up, loosen them. And if you have some bangs that you'd like to loose, go ahead and do that now. For my scarf, I actually have what is essentially a very wide ribbon. This would also work with the scarf that you folded. This is from the Kristen S. Scrunchy Scarf set. You buy it, it comes with this tied on a scrunchie, so it's 2-in-1. It's a little bit more rust in real life. It's quite orange on camera, but that's okay. So because this is a little bit long and my hair's a little short, if I was to tie it on, I'd have some pretty long ribbon tails, which is not what I'm going for. So I have this folded in half. I'm going to wrap the folded half under my ponytail and then pull the ends of the ribbon through it. So it's just kind of wrapped around the ponytail. And then I'm going to wrap both ends around and crisscross them a couple of times just to use up some extra ribbon. I like doing the little half and pull through because I think it gives a lot of coverage with the ribbon and looks really nice. Just my opinion. You can skip that and just crisscross as much as you want if that's easier. And once it's to a length that you like, you're just gonna go ahead and tie it in a knot. You could also do it in a bow if you prefer. That would fit this aesthetic. I have also recurled my bangs so that they're a little bit softer on the face frame. And I have a whole video on a bazillion different ways to style curtain bangs, so I will link that above. Not me planning my outfit for this hairstyle based on the fact that I'm wearing plaid pants, as if I've ever been able to see my pants in any video I've filmed. So we're zooming out. I think it was just an excuse for me to get these pants, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna be living in these. Oh my God. Anyway, here you go. She's romantic, she's soft, and she reads books. Needed you guys to know. And there's your ridiculously easy scarf idea for this one. Yes, I did just tell you how to wrap a scarf around the base of a ponytail, but does it not look beautiful? Do you not want to wear that both with your transitional clothes into fall and with your beautiful like fall coat and boots of choice holding a PSL? You do. At least I do. That's my dream right now. And now we can both accomplish our dreams together, so. And now for our dark academia hairstyle number 2. We are once again gonna start out with that low ponytail that is very, very loose on some nice texturized soft hair. I need to call out, I feel like curly hair is always beautiful, but I think with these two styles would look so beautiful. Also, you could do it with a hair bungee and then it wouldn't disturb the curls too much. Hair bungee is this elastic with 2 hooks on either end, so you hook in one end and wrap it around and then hook it in. And that's how you secure your ponytail instead of pulling the curls through something over and over, because that never goes well. We know that. And you can also DIY your own by taking a hair tie and putting a bobby pin at either end. Did anybody else see that powder come off that hair tie? Actually, I have no idea what that was. Oh no. It's a good thing I only used this kit on me. You bobby pin into the ponytail base, wrap it around, bobby pin into the ponytail base again. You've secured your ponytail without messing up your curls. Back to the hairstyle. If you are using a normal ponytail holder, what you're gonna do is start securing the elastic until you have 1 loop left. And then on the last rotation, you're only gonna pull your hair about halfway through so you have a little loop. Adorable. Obviously gonna put these bangs forward. And then if you have any little hairs, you can either embrace them or bring them together and pin them under the chignon. If you wanted to do that with a hair bungee, you would basically do the same thing. You would just wrap the hair bungee around until you had 1 more rotation left and then fold your hair and keep holding kind of the folded hair like you wear the ponytail. Wrap it around 1 more time, hook it in, you didn't disturb your curls. You're welcome. You could also use 2 hair bungees and do that in 2 steps, like ponytail first and then fold it in half and do another one if it's too much to control all that hair and a bungee, because I do understand that. Anyway, you're just gonna take your scarf of choice and tie it around the base. I did wrap this a couple times to get rid of some of the extra fabric so that it wasn't hanging down past my bootay, but you know, use your best judgment here. Adorable. And that is the hairstyle. I really like it. I will admit it is similar to the last one. In my head, they were very different. But I like this one personally because it's another way to get your hair up if your hair is having a bad day, if the weather is crazy, if you just want a little bit more romantic look to your hair, it's a good option. And with that, guys, we are done with the scarf hairstyles for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. For me, it's always really fun to work with an accessory because it's very easy, it's very quick, and it adds a lot of look to the hairstyle without being a lot of work, which is basically my MO. If you have a favorite accessory, let me know what it is in the comments down below and let me know what video I should do next. I am brainstorming, but I'm also just a little bit like, you know, sometimes as a YouTuber, you get to the place where like you've made a ton of videos and you're like, what do I do now? and that's kind of where my brain is. So can you guys help me? Comment below, what would you like to see next? After the heatless waves, of course, because that is next. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out here today. Hope you liked the video. If you did, you can like it by hitting the like button. It helps support my channel, like really, truly. Please hit the like button. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button to join the Braidaholic family here on KayleyMelissa. We are a 10 years long fam, going strong, learning everything we can about hair. And of course, all of you guys can hit that bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. But that is it for today. Whether you're old or new or a casual lurker, thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye! I guess I'll model a little bit with the full fit. Okay, okay. You twisted my arm. Here, and today we're tarkin scarves, but we're tangled. Can't focus when it's tangled. Holy goodness. I've seen this hairstyle done.